welcome you to Poetry Time with Sister Prisca Onyinye. Today, the title of my poem is God is a Carpenter. God is a carpenter. His tools are a reflection of how hard he works. With his hammer, nail, saw, and chisel, he builds a world that never fails. He provides force and valor. His labor of love for us, uncommon joy it does stay. As his hands calls, he shapes each heart and life, our vessels gain power. For every trial, a nail to bear, to build a faith beyond comparing, bringing words of beauty to life that his people can parade. His grace is the glue that binds all into place, so that each plank can withstand any storm or race. He will never disband nor change his staff. His love is so strong, no one can part. He is the maker, his hands are balanced. Each sawdust pile he crafts, he cuts, forms, and reshapes the world outside, picking up broken dreams to set them aside. For those who feel stuck, he sees beyond their plight. With each stroke of his wood, he brings hope and delight, mending healing parts. His bench, the altar of the earth. Wherever soul finds its rebirth, God is a carpenter. He shapes our lives. He picks up our pieces to make us rise when life seems crushing. And uncertain paths underfoot, remind yourself as days pass by, God is a carpenter still at your flank, in every dawn, in every hill. For in his workshop we belong. A poem written by Prisca Onyinye. Dear viewers, having listened to this beautiful and captivating poem about God, what is your own feel? What is your own take? Do you really consider God as a carpenter? Have you tried to imagine God taking care of everything about you? His tools are a reflection of how hard he works. How hard have you been working in your own field of work? How much time have you dedicated in trying to perfect your own work, just like a carpenter dedicates his time in every work he does? He builds a world that never fails. We may hear about the fall of walls of Jericho, the wall of Berlin, and every other thing that had been created by man. But we've never heard, neither in story nor even in the dream, that any work of God has fallen down, because God took time to perfect his own work and creation. He is an artist, and he gave us the model to do our own work the way he has taught us, the way we have found him done his work. He provides forth and valor, his labor of love for us, uncommon joy, it does stay. God's love for us is something that you always enjoy. When you are in love with God, there is an emotion, there is something that goes through your heart that makes you feel lost in thoughts because God is involved. He shapes every heart and life, our vessels, gain and power. For every trial and nail to bear, to build the faith beyond compare, bringing works of beauty to life that his people can parade. Imagine yourself facing moments of trial that you feel that is unbearable. What do you do? Do you forsake yourself? You just only have to take yourself back to God and say, God, here is a broken part of my being. I bring it to you that you may please mend it and make it whole again. God has everything that it takes in order to renew us and to make us a being, to make us, to refashion us and make us perfect. In our uniqueness, God is always there to keep perfecting and beautifying everything about us. What do you think? God is not fake. He is an artist, a carpenter with exception. He is the maker. His hands are balanced. Each so does by he crafts. He cuts, forms, and reshapes the world outside, picking up broken dreams to set them aside. There are times when we may think that we have dreams unfulfilled. What do you do about it? Do you take them back to God to say, God, help me to realize this dream? These are my dreams, these are my thoughts. How can I do in order to make it whole again? Have you ever thought about taking all your worries to God that He may take care of them? Have you taken all the problems that come to you in every form, whether from your family, in your place of work, even your own personal worries, in your friendship? Have you considered taking them back to God and see how He can mend them for you? For those who feel stuck, He sees beyond their plight. With each stroke of his wood, he brings hope and delight, mending healing parts. His bench, the altar of the earth, where every soul finds its rebirth. God is a carpenter. He shapes our life. He picks up our pieces to make us rise when life seems crushing. And on certain paths underfoot, remind yourself as they pass by, God is a carpenter still at your flank in every dawn, in every hill. It's really something that makes me laugh because sometimes we try to despise the work of a carpenter. We feel that a carpenter is one who has a profession that is poorly paid. But we still forget that for you to do the work of carpentry, it requires a lot of mastery. You must understand the materials you work with. There are fragile ones that will need adequate care for you to handle, else you break them while working. That is the nature of every one of us in the hands of God. Most of us are different. In fact, every one of us is different. We have different needs. We have different SHS. We have different worries. We have a lot of projects that we think we want to do, but we can never achieve them without God, because God is at the center of everything. For in God's workshop, we all belong. So never consider yourself as not belonging anywhere. Remember, we all belong in God's workshop because God is a carpenter with a difference. And I pray that your life will always be in accordance to what God has modeled you to be. A life with exception, a life worthy of living. God has really beautified you and saw from creation that you are beautifully made, that you are wonderfully made. Don't disregard yourself. Many more things are going to unveil as God continues to remain in His workshop and continue to beautify you. Your sickness, your worries, your unemployment, anything that has been troubling your soul can never have any effect negatively in your life so long as God remains at work with you. Please don't forget, God is a carpenter. He provides for and value. For every trial a nail to bear, His grace is the glue that binds all into place. He is the maker, His heart's the balance. For those who feel stuck, He sees beyond their plight, where every soul finds His rebate and uncertainty parts underfoot. For in God's workshop we all belong. Thank you and stay tuned. Don't forget to share this poem and subscribe to this channel for more interesting poems, songs, reflection, and every other thing that is going to motivate you, that is really soul lifting in this very channel. I'm here for you in case there are other comments you may want to drop. Don't forget to use the comment section. I will surely respond to you. Good day.